Good morning. What a weird. Zach is up so early. I'm usually not like, I don't know how to speak to people when I first wake up in the morning, and he had to get up to do his like game coverage, and it's so weird just having another human awake. I don't know what to do. It feels very odd. Fucking Vex, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swing so fucking long. I appreciate you, goddamn.
What the fuck?
I hate time. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. I do. I mean, that poor kid, like he stays up until, 4 or 5 in the morning. Naturally. That's just it's his natural thing. But when this Game Fest shit's going on, he's got to wake up at different hours. I feel so bad because, like, he's out of it. He's fucking out of it, man. It's me at nighttime. Like, that's how it feels. Trying to talk to him in the morning is like him trying to talk to me when he gets off work. He's like, so how was your day? And I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed now. Vex, I don't push, like if people want to work, I don't want to be that annoying person that's like, you should come work out with me. Because I love to have someone to work out with. Like, it pumps you up to have another person there, like, pushing you. And, he would. No, he will. So this is the thing. So, we have our treadmill. We have a really nice treadmill in the spare room. And that's what I run on if it's starting to get like dummy hot in the morning. Cause then I can just have AC blowing straight at my face. And, I walked in that room and his running shoes were sitting on the treadmill. And I didn't say anything. But I was like, baby, he's gonna get on it. It was like he made the move. Good morning, Mello. How are you? Shall we cheers? I have my new bong cleaning right now. I got a nug stuck in the straw. Where's my lighter? Wait. Can someone explain why I've started talking with my ex? Oh, God. How lonely are... Jerk off. Yeet, I'm not kidding you. It's the best advice. If you ever feel the need to text an ex, just jerk off. That feeling goes away. I wish I was kidding. Go rub one out. You won't want to talk to them anymore. It's similar to, I've told you guys how I quit drinking soda. I would force myself to drink an entire glass of water if I craved a soda, and then I would allow myself to have the soda. But after chugging a glass of water, soda tastes like shit. Like, it's not refreshing because you've been hydrated by water. It's the similar concept. It helps for a short amount of time, but I mean, at least that, like, lapsed time, you might be able to, like, get your head on straight and be like, they're an ex for a reason? I don't know. Post-nut clarity? Good morning, Dawn. How are you? Vex, I have. I've literally, like, it does, though. Like, working out makes you horny. That's just facts. You get your your heart rate up and your blood pressure up and everything. It's facts. Where is my lighter? Oh, found it. Cheers. You're not wrong, Rage. Good morning, Nick. How are you? Oh, hot hit. Wait, cuttlefish or giant stingrays? In terms of what? Yes? Nick, when I feel crappy, like I just want to lay around and do nothing, I force myself to go for a walk and I always feel better. Like, put on good music and go for a walk, I always feel better. Sometimes I truly think some of our, like, chronic fatigue is because we don't get our blood pressure up. Like, if you never raise your blood pressure, if you never get your heart rate up, you'll feel tired all the time. Yeah, I feel like, and I'm not saying working out, like, just going for a walk and just, like, getting blood back to my brain. I'm like, oh, wow, I am awake. I just sat too long or something. Like, I've told you guys that before. If I sit too long, I start to get cold. Like, it's 90 degrees out and I have a sweater on. Because if I'm sitting, I start to get cold. But if I'm moving, I'm hot. It's really bizarre. Good morning, Atif. How are you, love? Oh, my God. Wait. Okay. I actually saw a really cool video of a giant stingray the other day. I showed it to Zach. It was on Instagram. So what the video was, it was like a drone footage or something of like an oil tanker or whatever out in the ocean, and it showed a giant stingray going around the oil tanker, and a shark was swimming over the stingray. and it looked like an ant on the back of a cat. And I think it was a great white. Like, it was showing the size difference between the giant. I had no idea. Like, I think I'm gonna vote stingray because I didn't know stingrays could get that big. I love stingrays. I think they're really cool. Like, I'm sure we've all seen those pictures and videos of like is it a herd? No, it would be a school, right? A school of stingrays, like thousands of them in the ocean at one time. Like, they're fucking gorgeous. They're so cool. But I mean, I'm not kidding you. This thing was bigger than the oil tanker. It was huge. I think so, Vex. I never know. Like, there's different types of rays, and I'm not good at differentiating them. There's manta rays, stingrays, and then there's skates. Skate, like Skate, and those are really small guys. Skates tend to be really, really small, I think. And then stingrays, and then I think manta ray. I think you're right. I think manta rays are the biggest, actually, if I'm not incorrect. Good morning, Allie. Hammerhead sharks scare me. I learned as an adult that they hunt in packs. Like, that is so, I mean, scare me in a cool way. Like, they're awesome. They're fascinating creatures, but they hunt in packs. Like, I didn't know that. I don't know why, probably some cartoon or something when I was a kid, but I learned, that, hammerheads are, like, allegedly the most aggressive of the sharks, I guess. Like, the most dangerous. I don't know, something like that. And they hunt in packs. Packs of them. Dude, fuck yes. That no shit rage. So last night we watched Godzilla in the Discord watch party. By the way, it's just as good. We watched it with English dubs, by the way, which I never do. I watched it like the original audio in theaters and everything. But when we do our watch parties, it's really casual, and like myself included, most of us are up doing stuff while we're watching and just listening. So it's really hard. Yeah, -1, yes. It's really hard when it's just subtitles and you have to sit there and read, and it's a 2-hour movie. So we put it on English dub. It wasn't bad. I just want to say that to start. It was not terrible. I still enjoyed the movie thoroughly. The movie, if you haven't seen it, it's so not dialogue heavy. It's really dialogue light. So, like, it's not like you're just constantly inundated with these voiceovers. The vast majority of it's pretty just like awesome sounds and stuff like that. Yeah, we watched -1, but we were talking about it, like, there's, like, half of the people in our watch party have never seen a Godzilla movie. So Knives threw out the idea, like, maybe we should just have a Godzilla night and, like, whip out the classics. And then everyone will know what Mothra is. Oh my god! It's a manta ray. We were right. Vex, you were right. It's a manta ray. Is that a general, I mean, they're probably going to teach us in this, but is that generally, like, skates, stingrays, manta ray? Is that, like, a general rule, I think? Nothing. I knew nothing. That was badass. We have another one because deep sea scares me, so why not? Oh my god, what the fuck? Ugh. The slow-mo, guys, looks like that's gonna be good brain bleach. Hold on, I'm pulling up a couple things. My hand's still fucked, so I can't do Destiny yet. I tried. I can't hold a controller. I can, but it hurts. Ocean life is truly metal. No, I 100% agree. That medicinal bullshit, exactly. It's tiger ball, penis soup, it's etc. It's rhinoceros horn. There are so many animals that are going extinct right now because some fuck was like, oh yeah, if you eat the horn, you'll get a hard-on. Disgusting. Disgusting. I hope those people trip on Legos and get them under their eyelids for the rest of eternity. Because death would be too easy. Fucking disgusting. Yep, tiger. Isn't it like tiger ball or penis soup or something? And it's disgusting. I won't go into all the details, but they essentially starve a tiger to the brink of death. And then they kill it and pickle its penis and serve it to you as a soup, and allegedly it gives you virality. Like, maybe just eat healthy, go for a walk, and get some Viagra. I don't fucking know. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird to me. People, it's real. Oh yeah, there's so many things like that. I mean, there's a lot of sharks in the world that are going extinct because in parts of the world, shark fin soup is like a delicacy. So they capture sharks, slice all their fins off, and then throw the bodies back in the water. So you'll find just pods of hundreds of half-alive sharks with no fins. It's disgusting how willfully fucking stupid people will be at the cost of another's life. I don't get it. I eat meat. I'm not I'm like, anything from drinking your own piss to killing endangered animals. Ooh, crystal's pretty healing power. Oh, look, this shiny rock has power. I'm gonna stick it in my vagina and make a website about it. Squat over a steamer or you'll die of cancer. Ah! What up, Curmudgeon? Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs in the chat. Continue. Firestar crits, Mr. Grim and Crisper. You're all but was the last order. Please go forth and be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sex and pure sober consent. And I fucking appreciate you. No shit. Viagra was created to alleviate menstrual cramps, but hard dicks are way more important. I mean, we know where their priorities lie. Thank you, Curmudgeon, you generous fuck. Shark fin soup has very little taste. It's just it's gelatinous cartilage shit. I mean, there's not. It's all. I mean, I'm gonna go so far as to say dick really doesn't have much flavor if you cooked it because it's literally the same thing. It's just gelatinous cartilage shit. That's all it is. It's so dumb to kill things for that. Bear bile too, no shit. They keep them alive with a hole in their side through to their gallbladder so they can tap them like they're a tree.
Remember the Lego thing under the eyelids? I want them stuffed in the butt and under the foreskin. I just don't know what to do with that. What the fuck? Damn, people suck.
I know. Having issues with your vagina? Have you considered shoving garlic cloves in it? And playing a gong 3 times a day? While sitting on your vaginal steamer? No? Wild. Wild that didn't pop in your mind. Crazy. Crazy. I need to pee really bad, so we're going to take kind of an early break and then we'll continue. I got a lot of videos up. I just drank a lot of coffee. How to fix Has-Been Hotel. I'm so sorry, what? Someone thinks Has-Been Hotel needs to be fixed? I don't... Right, Mishy. I mean, seriously, you took the thoughts out of my head. Like, imagine a world. Just do it with me real quick. Close your eyes. Imagine a world where your top priority is writing a blog explaining how to fix Has-Been Hotel. A cartoon on Amazon Prime, by the way, not on Netflix, for adults. That's the hill you have chosen to lie down and die on. Right, if you're gonna criticize something, maybe actually watch the content and realize where the fuck you're watching it. I don't know. Just an idea. But also, get a fucking hobby. 'Cause this ain't it. This ain't it. Seriously? So many complaints I've heard about Has-Been are like, they didn't answer all the questions in season 1. Wah! I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. Yeah, and just be so fucking wrong. That Kopi, is that the coffee? Yes. Is that the coffee that comes out of civet cats, Curmudgeon? It's disgusting. It's basically like a fur farm, but they harvest coffee beans out of force-fed wild cats. Out of their poop. They harvest the force-fed berries out of the poop of these cats, and they make it into a coffee. And it's allegedly the most expensive coffee in the world, right? Yeah, it's disgusting. Please don't partake in these things. Like, I'm the first one to say when I travel, I'll try anything. I wouldn't try those. What are you doing? Dread, that's what I'm saying. I don't ever wish death or ill will on people because it's too easy. However, can you imagine every morning waking up with, like, you know those one peg Legos? Just like a handful of those tucked in your foreskin and between your dick and balls? And then you're like, oh man, that sucks. I'm gonna go wash my face and brush my teeth. And your toothbrush is a Lego, and you wash your face, and there's Legos under your eyelids. But you survive all of it. You just have to live with it. That's what I wish on those people. All the fucking sharp edges. Oh my, they're a child. Yeah, they're a baby. The religious right can try, but Dolly Parton is stronger than anything in the existence of the universe. So I'm pretty sure she's Gaia or something. I don't know. I don't know for a fact, but I'm almost positive she is. She's too effervescent not to be. We stand Dolly. Okay, I have to pee really bad. Quick break. Stand up, stretch your legs, pee after sex, load a bowl. Welcome back. Song just gets me. I don't know why. It's old. It's older than me. It's great though. We get to learn about cuttlefish. Oh, I want my hand back so bad, my dudes. I cannot tell you. I want it. I want it. I have no strength in my fucking. I can't even hold a controller. Wah! Enough to drive you nuts. Fuck. I know. I took the tape off this morning because it was starting to bug me. This is the first time I've had tape off of it in a while. I should probably tape it again. I'll find tape. Actually, I think I have it. I'll tape it while we watch this. Always there. But cuttlefish are cool. Taping it honestly helps so much. If you have a fucked up finger or something, it really does. Like, just limiting the mobility of it, I don't know, really eliminates a lot of the pain in it for some reason. I just tape it like I did in basketball when I used to jam my fingers all the time. Anyways. Hold on. Ow. Where is here? We'll do a little brain bleach of slow-mo guys. I thought Summer Games. Welcome back. I breathed. I stretched. Damn. I haven't laughed that fucking hard in a very long time. It's still on my screen. Holy crap. That was pure gold. Pure gold. That was just fabulous. Thank you for that. Whatever that was. Amazing. I don't know what to say. I can't. I have to make it go away. I saved all the shots that Allie tortured herself to make for us. That was great. Man, dude, I mean, I just guessed that would be good bleach from Deep Ocean. We're going back to the Deep Ocean, so like feel free to throw more bleach at me for later. Damn. Maybe. We'll just pretend. Shit, there's another. Dude, if I had a slow-mo cam, I could shoot shit at that head. It might bust, though. That was fucking great, dude. Slow-mo cameras are the best. Oh, God. I'm having a little bit, like, that was great. Okay, pause. Cardigans. Let me just take a break really quick before you know what? I had a moment. I had hope. Who did this? I love these creators and I want to keep going. But we've officially reached Katie's biggest fear. I'm gonna watch it. It's just a video and it can't hurt me, and I'm already aware these live. I told you guys recently I read a story about some scuba divers who found a pod of Humboldt squid and thought it would be super fucking cool to swim with them, and one of the scuba divers started getting pulled down by said pod of Humboldt squid. I torture myself with this shit. I don't even know where my dogs are, to be honest, which is alarming. We have lots of other videos, and I think after this one, I want to do the good bleach, which is has been, or not has been. God, I've got has been on the brain because that stupid review. That wasn't even a review. I don't even know what to call that. That child who decided to write about Has-Been Hotel. Yeah, I was gonna say we have Hell of a Boss. There's one new episode of Hell of a Boss that I really want to watch today, and that can be our palate cleanser after this horror, because that will be awesome, and we know it will be awesome. And then we have a lot of other palate cleansers. Like, you guys have given me a lot of Bleach. I have one whole browser over here that's just the Bleach. Education is good. And honestly, the more I know about these squid, I tend to feel safer. But I did learn recently they take out people. So I guess the more you learn, the more you just learn not to go there. That one, Luna. That is stuck in my head, and it's so bad. I mean, Dawn, right? People? Not even once. Not even once! We're the worst. We're the fucking worst. Quick break, stretch your dicks, load a bowl. I'm just gonna go scream to the universe that all of this is real. Reasons, exactly. Like, reasons to stay the fuck out of the ocean. Respect it from afar. Queens, I'm 100% on your side. I love that we have videos. Do something? Okay. I'm glad they didn't poke it. I would have been mad. Casual Geographic, for those who didn't hear, that's the channel we were watching. He's hilarious and fantastic, and please do follow. I'm just clearing out. I have a shit ton of links. Let me move my shit over. And then the next thing we're watching, because I promised, and I don't want to run out of time, I don't want people to have to go, we're watching the newest episode of Hell of a Boss. I keep wanting to say Has-Been, because god damn it, that's on the mind now. If you haven't watched Hell of a Boss, it's hilarious. This episode might be a good taste of it. It's fucking funny. I don't know what to say. It's a really good show. It was Hell of a, right? That came out with a new episode. I imagine it takes a lot of, like, food energy to move around. Season 2, episode 8, right? Yep, that's what I thought. Thank you. I had the playlist loaded up and I didn't click the episode like a dumb shit. But it shouldn't, they're not too long, so they should buffer fine. What was I gonna say? Oh, I imagine it takes a lot of food energy to, like, be active as a deep sea cold creature. So, like, I don't know, I probably wouldn't move either. Casual Geographic. I'll give you the link. Hold on. Do I still have it up? Oh, I closed it. Just kidding. Casual Geographic. He's hilarious. He literally started on TikTok, so his TikToks might come up first. And then Lindsay, oh god, what's her last name? Lindsay is the funny chick that was, like, doing videos with him. Lindsay, oh, what's her last name? It's Lindsay something. Look up Lindsay Animal Videos. You'll find her. She's so Lindsay Nicole, thank you so much. She's freaking hilarious. She's also started on TikTok, blew up because she's super smart and just makes hilarious, super informative animal videos that are awesome. I love them. All right. I'm excited. Couple days, and I've been giving them the pumpkin rice mixture, and it makes them need to shit constantly. And those look like this shit sweat eyes. Miss Ma'am, do you need to go potty? Trick's hiding at my feet. Oh, you need to go potty. Is it you? Do you need to go outside? I know, you're full of fiber and you can't even handle it, can you? You can't even or did you just want an excuse to snuggle? You're so handsome. Do you need to go potty? You wanna go outside? Okay. Yeah, it's whenever their tummies are upset, and it really does help, but I do that, like, overcooked, basically, mush rice and mushed chicken with canned pumpkin, not pumpkin pie, just canned pumpkin, and it really does help, but man, it makes them shit like crazy. So, quick break. Stretch your dicks, little bowl, do what you need to do. That episode was sad as hell. I'll try to find some happy music. It's so rare I get to share something because I'm such a sick, repetitive human. One moment. It's one of the first, I think, if not the first thing I ever saw by Vizzy. And you get little glimpses and kind of, there's lore all over the internet as to why they're in hell. And essentially what I think, this is personal theory, is that he was a mobster in his real life. Because there's a point where he, like, whips out Tommy guns from literally every arm and is like, "Gah." And I think he made himself a prostitute. Like he sold his soul to Valentino because he thinks he's self-punishing for whatever he did in his real life. That's my personal theory, but I don't know because obviously he's like has to work for a pimp. It's terrible. Like the show is hilarious and has so many fucking amazing themes, but every episode is a goddamn emotional roller coaster. It rips your heart out and then shoves it up your butt and makes you come. It's crazy. I can't even just explain it. It's so good. But we haven't watched it for a bit, so I'm a little rusty on the lore of it. Was he OD and he sold his soul? I couldn't remember why he sold his soul. But it seems like he's self-punishing. I don't know. Yeah, he loves sex. Like, in no way, shape, or form is he against sex, but like the porn, he does it. They do like montages and shit in the show of him kind of alluding to abuse, I guess, a little bit within it. And, you see the sad side of it. And he obviously isn't a big fan of Valentino, but it might have been because he OD'd. I don't remember. Again, we haven't watched it for a bit, but it's like less than 30 minutes an episode and really easy to get through, but it's genius writing. And at one point, you actually get to the hell characters start interacting with heaven characters, like angels and shit. I won't say anymore. I won't spoil it. They're assholes. Big fucking shocker. It's really good though. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Both shows are good though. So if you don't have Prime, the show we just watched, the episode we just watched, not the music video, is I always fuck up the titles back and forth. That's Hell of a Boss. That one's all on YouTube. There's like a really good playlist that's just all the episodes together. And that one's pretty fun too. I couldn't pick a favorite. Allie, you tore the idea out of my mind. I was literally gonna look for Poison, because Poison's another song from the show. A much more, like, I don't even know if this song is in the show. The actual show that's on Prime now. I don't think so. I don't remember hearing it. But there's a ton of music. Yep, Addict is not in the show. It's still phenomenal, though. And, like, the lore from it still stands. I don't think anything's really, it doesn't really have a ton. But Poison is a much more recent song music video, and it is... How do you say it's great and heartbreaking at the same time? Yes! Get out of my head, same. I'm like, what is the word for that? Like, it's painful. Okay, so... I know. It just hits you in those places. That song is so good. There was one more that I thought was cool, but I don't know what to search for. Oh, Luna. Oh my god. If Luna's... Oh, did I keep the link? Oh, Cocky. Oh my god, I did. Cocky. Cocky. Cocky, 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 cocky. It's so poignant because we were just talking about Has Been the other day and how heartbreakingly wonderful it is. And Luna found this article, which we're sure is posted by a fucking child. How to fix Has Been Hotel. It's horrifically written, and they even state it's on Netflix when it's not. And there's so many other things I could point out. It's hilariously bad, and I just... I don't know if they watched it. I like to think that I've trained my Spotify recommendations well. The playlists it makes for me are for the most part decent, and I'm one of the only people I know who uses the DJ feature. Recently, though, there's been an interloper. It's unsurprising that Has Been Hotel cast album has been consistently showing up in my suggestions, considering that many in their cast of Broadway's biggest stars regularly number in my top Spotify artists. Nevertheless, every time I hear the start of a song, it's like having a surprise snowball shoved on the back of my shirt. It's so bad. Yeah, it's literally they went to middle school like a couple years ago. Yes. It's hilarious. I'll give you the article if you want to read it. It's so bad I couldn't make it through it. But it's, I mean, I don't know how to say, like, what a weird hill to die on, at least you'll be dead, I guess. There are no explanations for this human being. but we're pretty. I mean, just the way they write, and it almost comes off as a little AI esque, which I feel like only the youth really fuck around with, but I don't fucking know. I know, no, it's hilarious. It's so bad. It's a great example of just ignorance, but also terrible writing. I have no idea what these other links are. Hey, look, a baby donkey. Why are they so, are these pygmy donkeys? Mini donkey. Look at that. Oh my god, they're so cute. I'm that person every day of my life, especially if I'm forced to sit still. It's the worst. Oh my god. Little baby. Little baby. It's really cute. Oh. Oh, little baby. That is so fucking cute. What the fuck? Did he just sleep twitch? Did baby sleep twitch? Dat ass though. Glut. Little baby. They invited me out and I straight up told them I couldn't come because it would either just be like really alarming the amount I would cry leaving or I would never leave. It would be a problem. Why are they so cute and I love them? No shit, the last time I went to the East Coast, I had like almost a breakdown on the plane going back to Colorado. Like my soul being torn away from Baltimore again was bad. It was so embarrassing. This is a terrible place. Don't come here. This is precious though. This makes my soul better. Yeah, but do you know what I mean? It's like every time you get a taste of like something good, going back to the shit is worse. So like if I just forget what it's like to be around green and life and animals and birds and water, then eventually I'll forget and I'll appreciate where I am. I'll forget those explosive green springs. It'll happen. Don't come here. It's a terrible place. Cute. We already saw that one. Okay, I think I went through the donkeys. Oh, that's a pretty donkey. They're pretty fucking cute, but you can't beat those baby ones running around. Although maybe this. No, I hate you. Is that a mini donkey or are they normally that tiny? You're celebrating today? I know, I think I awkwardly and weirdly sang and tried to say happy birthday to her every day around her birthday. And on Monday I did it. She might be sick of me. I hate that it was on a Monday. What does it mean? What does it mean? I think we got through all the links. Holy shit. Hold on. Except that one, but that one's super long. They are so cute. Yeah, we did. Yeah, today we go back to the normal watching time of 7, yeah. Happy birthday, happy birthday! It's not Cocky's birthday, but I'm allowed to be annoying. We were waiting? We're waiting for the celebrating. This is your day, so happy birthday to you. Ooh. May your penis recover. I love you. Thank you for saying I'm not annoying. It's an eternal fear of mine. I think it's just being a younger sibling, like the syndrome of being a younger sibling. Like, you know, for a while there, you kind of forget your name, and your name is just like, no, don't stop, go away, get the fuck out of my room, you're annoying, blah blah blah, and it's just forever. It's forever. There's so many I know that's what there's so many Geminis. It's wondrous. You're all beautiful, wonderful, confetti humans. Right, Gagi? It's fucking stupid. Is there really glut? You know what's funny? Not this. The lanyard on my keychain is the lanyard I got from getting weed the last time I was in San Diego for TwitchCon. I wonder if that dispensary still exists. It was nowhere near the con, though, because I think it was, like, right at the beginning of the legalization movement, whatever, in California. And so, you know, like, similar, Washington did the same thing. A lot of places were like, we don't want dispensaries downtown or in, like, historic districts or whatever because we don't want it to turn into a pot city or something, whatever. I mean, it's so funny. If you ever get a chance to go to Seattle, I think Seattle still holds this, but there's a perfect ring around, like, the Space Needle and everything of pot shops that you could walk. It's almost a joke because they were like, okay, in this zone, no dispensaries because we don't want Seattle to be like a tourist pot city. We don't want that, which is hilarious. Seattle. Least of your worries, my dudes. Least of your fucking worries. But there's like a circle of dispensaries. So if you ever are in Seattle, like I think PAX West is coming up. If you're at PAX West, just look for a dispensary and guaranteed every dispensary you look for will almost be the exact same distance from you, like a radius around you if you're in the middle of this. I think the zone is Pike's Place. It's very interesting, the weirdness people get about weed. There's like 3 dispensaries. Good. I also, though, the last time, and granted, this was a really long time ago. I mean, it was way pre-COVID. I think it was 2015 was the last time I was in San Diego for TwitchCon. Because then they, like, fucked around. They did San Diego, and then they did, like, Long Beach and Santa Fe or something, one way or the other. I can't remember. And then COVID. I don't know. Time is weird anymore. But that was the last time, and I remember getting weed, and it was the most expensive weed I've ever bought in my life, including illegal weed. Like, I think I got 4 pre-rolls of, like, just a gram of nothing special, just, like, pre-rolls, just to have, and it was like over $100. No, it was like $180. And I've been told it's the taxes. Like the taxes in general in California are pretty bad in terms of weed, but holy cripe. It is big wow. Wait, fucking time is, I mean, especially with COVID, like the whole like COVID shutdown and just the world kind of going into hibernation for 3 years really did fuck my sense of anything. It's really bizarre. I kind of hate it. I wish my brain would come back to normal. I don't think that normally happens. 2020 was 5 years exactly. And then, I mean, was it last year? Last year, and I know they say time moves faster the older you get, right? Like everybody says that. I believe it. It's inevitable. But last year specifically felt so fast. I don't even remember last year happening. It was just a blink of an eye. This year does not feel that fast. It's just time. I don't know. It will always baffle me. Even when I'm not high, it baffles me. Why sometimes does it feel fast? I know 2024 feels half over, but it doesn't feel like, I don't feel like the first half of it flew by. Like I have designated events that have happened and things that have, I guess, that I can grasp onto like time. Like, I don't know. That's why we get hunched over. Time is moving so fast for us. I was told I hunched because I was too tall. It does go, I mean, I think it truly does. Viata, I can very clearly remember being in, it's either 4th or 5th grade. I had the same teacher for both because we were a portable class that split grades because that kind of redneck school. And I remember I would be sitting there at my desk staring at the clock, and it would be like 5 minutes till the time we could get the fuck up and get on the bus and leave. And that 5 minutes, really, I remember it. It was like a year. Like, I would sit there and be like, oh my God, it's only 5 minutes. And I would, like, sneakily try to pack my bag because I just wanted to get the fuck out. I never liked school. Sitting still is not my jam. And sneakily pack it. And I'd be like, oh my God, okay, it's definitely, the bell's going to ring really soon. Look up and 30 seconds had passed. Whereas now I'm like, okay, I've got 20 minutes to do something. And the alarm goes off as that thought is quite literally like it interrupts that. You've got 20 minutes. Beep, beep, beep. You've got shit to do. I'm like, what happened? What have I... This, oh God, case in point of this just happened to me the other day. And I know it's partially, I've been told ADHD, it's like time blindness or whatever. But I was playing some game that when you pause it, it tells you when you come back how long ago that pause save occurred. I don't even remember what game it was. And I got up and literally, I was playing the game, paused it, set it down, and I was like, okay, I just have to put my bread in the oven. I had made homemade bread. Put the bread in the oven. The next time I sat down, and that's what I did. The next time I sat down, my game informed me it had been 86 minutes since the last pause. What happened? I truly don't know. Do I black out? Am I like a monster? What's happening? Because I truly and very purely put my bread in the oven. The bread doesn't even take 86 minutes. What did I do? I don't know. I'm haunted by it. This just happened a week ago. It's so clear. Like, I actually have little alarms and stuff on my phone after stream just to remind me, like, to do things, because otherwise I can get trapped. Like, I know you've probably seen memes of them, and they're comical as fuck, but also super painfully relatable, where it's like, you get up to go get a drink of water at the sink, and you bring your phone, and you just happen to, like, I don't know, open Instagram, and suddenly 3 hours passes, and you know everything about Morocco, and the only reason you know that 3 hours has passed is your leg is dead, and your hip is dead from leaning on the sink, like, and you have yet to drink water. It's all the time. And I truly want that time back. Like, what happened? Why do I need to know about Morocco? Or whatever, I don't know anything about Morocco, but you know what I mean? Insert subject here. Clean the house, mow the lawn. Dude, that happened to me last night. I got up to do something after our watch party, and all of a sudden I had mopped, swept, and vacuumed the entire house, and I was like washing a wall before I kind of just stopped myself, like, why are you doing this? It was like 10:30 at night, and why? I don't know. What happened? Time is fucking weird. When I was in grade school, a year lasted, right? Or do you remember, like, the anxiety of summer break? this is only relatable probably to Americans. I don't know if other countries do like the massive summer break we do here. And not all schools do it here, but most public schools, you get like, what is it, like 2 months off in the summer, something like that. I remember having like anxiety because 2 months was so long. And no matter what, I never lived in a neighborhood or anything. I was always super far away from town, super far away from school. So pre driving, having a license or anything, summertime was just me being isolated to the middle of nowhere. So 2 months of just no contact, not seeing any of my friends. I felt like going back to school felt fucking weird. Like it felt like I was a different person and they were different people. And like it was so awkward the first day of school because whatever that amount of time is, I don't even know anymore. It's been too long now, which is a bad sign. Oh, no shit, you guys get 6 weeks in the UK, much longer at university. Same. Our university break is huge. It's like months. Like the summer break, unless I always did summer classes because I wanted to get it over faster. I ended up staying in for 9 years. Nothing makes sense. But our summer break, I want to say it's usually like June something, or maybe the end of May now. They've kind of pushed it because global warming and temperatures are changing and they don't want kids sitting in school when it's blistering hot in the south anymore. I think it's a little bit earlier now, right? So kids get out like end of May and they go back the end of August ish. It's like like right after a holiday and right before a holiday, or right after a holiday. There's 2 summer holidays that they usually put it around. My nieces, that's the only touch I have on like school hours, and it feels like they go a little bit earlier than us, whereas we used to, I feel like when I was in like elementary and middle school, we started like almost mid-June. Like sometimes it was like June 12th or something like that, and then we would go all the way through September, sometimes towards the end of September, or not September. We would go all the way through summer break would go to like September 3rd. Yeah, it was September. August was just college. I was mixing up with college. College always started in August. We run a quarter system though. It's so confusing because some schools, like I think a lot of state schools, they just get to choose. So like all the schools my sister went to, I believe were semesters, whereas my undergrad was all quarter system, and I think they start at different times. But we still got a massive break. I don't know. It's confusing. It's weird. Boom, Vile. Thank you. Memorial Day to Labor Day usually is the break. There you go. And it's usually like you start like the Wednesday after that holiday or whatever because they don't want you to be overwhelmed with 5 days of school. Community college doesn't get summer break. That's where I would do my summer classes, was community colleges. No shit. I took the dumbest classes on summer. I did OChem. I think back and if time travel's invented, which it hasn't been because I don't have no memory of this event happening, but if time travel was invented in my lifetime, I would pay to go back and slap myself in the fucking face. Why? Because summer courses, for those who don't know, at least at my school, I went to Western University in Washington, they're accelerated. So you don't get the same amount of time you still get a summer break. It's like instead of, at least on quarter system, instead of like 3 months, you got like, sometimes I think it was a month a class. No shit, when I did OChem, because it was OChem 1 and 2 in one summer quarter. It was a month per insane. That shouldn't even be allowed. That's crazy. Fucking what? Just thinking on that is insane. But that's right, because I my plan, get out faster. That never works. Summer break around 2.5 months, thank you. It's usually all of July and August off. Yeah, it's usually just between those 2 holidays is all I remembered. Months, what are they? My dumbass decided I was going to learn pipe welding in the summer. I'm a bright one. Dude, none of us are smart. That's when we're supposed to make our dumb decisions. Although there are suggestions that it'll be shortened soon. No shit, teachers say that children tend to forget too much. While I agree, I wish we just had more frequent, not as long breaks. Like I had friends, like we had a family friends who had moved to England at one point when I was a kid, and I remember hearing about their experience at school and how they didn't have these massive breaks, and even then I felt a little jealous because didn't even know the words for it, but highly undiagnosed, unmedicated ADHD child, a day is too long for me. That's all it takes. And I'm already obsessing over something that's going to take 1000% of my brain capacity if you don't bulldoze whatever the fuck I'm trying to learn on my own with whatever. Going to school every year for me was quite literally going to school like, what is calculator? I felt so stupid all the time. It was quite literally like I remember doing like workbooks and stuff to try to get myself back in the mode, and that was just 2.5 months. but that's long enough, especially when it comes to, at least here in America, in my personal experience is all I can speak to in America. The information you're learning in school, in high school at least, is so not pertinent to everyday life, especially for a high schooler. You know, like I remember taking like trigonometry and calculus, and then you have a whole summer off, and then you're supposed to take Trig 2. But my summer break included making tacos en masse and probably drinking a fair amount. Like that. So, like, there was no calculus, is what I'm saying. So, it's, it's one thing if it's something that you're going to use regular every day in your life and it starts to get implemented, like, obviously you absorb that information and retain it a lot better. But if you're just retaining it for a test and then all of a sudden 2 months goes by, it was hard for me. I kind of get that. I think more frequent, not as long breaks would make more sense. Why do we have those long summer breaks? Is that another thing that was like similar to daylight savings time? Like, we did it for the farmers. And the farmers are like, we don't need that no more. Stop it. It's not 1921. Is it one of those? It feels like it is. Having a whole, like, planting, harvest, whatever. Trig is used everywhere. I was one of those people for the longest time that tried to badmouth math. I had to go so far in math to get to take chemistry classes and do medicine. I had to go so far in math. I had to go up to, what is it? I don't know, like, it's like coding level math. I can't even remember the name of it anymore. And it was crazy. I mean, I just never understood why I would need it. But when it comes to trig and calculus, I use it in sewing and like costume construction and clothes construction all the time. I deeply want to be that person that's like, I still haven't found a use for algebra. No, I do it almost every day. Fuck. But that's a hobby. I have to, like, I don't have to, but, alter shit. That's why they had 50 kids. Farm hands. Yeah, exactly. And it is not that time anymore. Like, the farmers needed the children back to work the garden farm, and then they would inherit it. Exactly, yeah. When the boys were in school, I wish they would shorten the summer break and spread it through the rest of the year. I kind of felt that way as a kid. I don't have kids. That's not me speaking as a selfish parent. That is me just speaking from experience as a kid. Like, I think I would have been a better student. I would have been better off retaining information more long term if it was more consistent like that. Versus, like, I kind of felt like, especially, again, just American experience, I was just it was always just crunch mode between various long breaks. Because, like I said, it takes one day for me to forget information. So I remember our winter break, at least in high school and stuff, it was like 2 to 3 weeks sometimes, depending. That was a long time. And you would come back and teachers would pick right the fuck up off where they left off, like it was nothing at all. And I would forget the entire quarter. Like, I had no idea what happened. Just out, because I wasn't using it every day. But as an adult, I do, absolutely. I mean, in the hospital too, I use that shit all the time. You know what's crazy, Glut? My school added home economics, but it was a joke. It was like a joke home economics. It was like, here's how to roast garlic, which is I'm not saying that's not an invaluable skill, but that's not where I learned how to sew. That's not where I learned how to change my own oil. That's not where I learned how to, like, jump my car. In my opinion, that should be part of home ec. Like, that kind of shit that you need to know in everyday stuff, everyday life. At my community college, we had terms. We had terms and mini terms, things like math, English, social studies, and the like had full terms of 6 weeks. My welding classes were 8-week mini terms because the classes could be longer. Okay, so we have something super similar. They didn't have a separate name for it, but it was usually like, oh, how do I explain it? Like, for instance, a lot of my chemistry classes that were geared towards pharmacology or medicine or something like that, the way they would do it is you would just have less class a week, but the classes would be exponentially longer. And then one day a week, you would usually have a 6-hour lab that was kind of like you show up on time, the professor's there, they usually give like a little 20-minute lecture at the beginning just to give you an overview of the lab. And then you have just that open 6 hours, leave when you want, whenever you've finished. You don't even technically have to do it if you really want to, like, fail, I guess, but it was the practical part. And then the professor would be there the whole time, just walking around helping if need be. But if you had a lab like that, you would have like maybe 1 to 2 actual lectures a week versus some classes that don't have a lab or anything. You would have 5 1-hour classes a week. I hated those ones. I was always into like, just let me sit for the 3 hours, and then, because I don't learn in class, I needed that like study time on my own. Yeah, 2 hours in English, 4 for Flux Core, 100%. Yep. My psych classes were usually really long and less often a week because then we had a psych lab. I was all about that because I always felt like every time I was stuck in class was a complete waste of time. Teachers that took attendance drove me fucking crazy. And I would actually like try to come to them as an adult, like adult to adult, like, hey, I was undiagnosed ADHD, like had no idea what the fuck was going on. But I was like, I'm not learning in this environment. But obviously I'm not an idiot because I'm passing and I'm doing well in tests and stuff and I work well in groups and blah, blah, et cetera, et cetera. Like, will you just stop dinging me 10% every time I miss a day? Because if I go home and just read this chapter on my own and take notes for an hour, I learn exponentially more than sitting in class. I can't, when I was sitting in class, I remember it so viscerally, like, it was like the dawn of people having personal laptops and stuff that were light enough to carry around all the time. And if I wasn't sitting in the front row of a classroom, all I could pay attention to was every single laptop that was open in front of me, and the girl itching her hair, and the dude who was twirling his hair, and the person like picking at their fucking. There's too much stimuli for my undiagnosed mush brain to sit in that room and pay attention to fuck all that professor is saying. Like, I remember more about my psych professor's knee-length white silver fox braid of hair that she had, and as it moved like a goddamn cat tail around her as she walked back and forth on stage, more than I can fucking tell you anything she ever said out loud. And it was so hard to verbalize any of that because they look at you like, well, you're just not meant for college success or anything. Go work at McDonald's. Ugh, fucking irritate. So fucking infuriating. It was such, and like anybody knows, 1 hour, they'd always be like, well, it's only 50 minutes of class. Like, is it really that big of a interruption in your day? A, I'm ADD. Yes, it is. B, it takes me 45 minutes to get to class. Not to mention the hour I have to wake up before class to catch the bus and take a shower and be bathed and whatever, and then come home. Like, yes, you have absolutely destroyed my entire day, insisting I sit here and focus on this bitch's twirling hair in front of me all day. That stuff drove me fucking crazy. So give me a 4-hour class and then give me the rest of the week to learn it on my own. I'm great. And honestly, a 4-hour class, like by the time the first hour's over, my brain is understimulated by said twirler anymore, and I start to focus on the lecture. So I just warm up to it and just like hope to fuck I can figure out what the first half was. I don't know. Brains are so weird. But I wish we had some real home ec. I think in the US we just need a class called taxes. Dude, I like conspiracy theory, whatever. It's nothing real, but I personally just angrily think that no one will ever allow anything like that to occur in a public school system of any kind, simply because they make way too much money off us fucking up. Like, if we truly knew what to do, they might go out of business. And by keeping us dumb and guessing and scared, they can penalize us when they want and leave us just like under the radar when they don't. I don't know. It's all fucked up shit. As someone who has to file them out, taxes aren't hard. If you read the W-2, it tells you how to fill it out. 100%. It's just like there's no one there's no official person from the IRS coming to me and saying, yes, you did it right. And no one has ever done that. Like, even my parents to this day, they're like, we hire an accountant and hope to God they're doing it right. Because there's just no one who will, like, yes, that is without paying, like, money I don't have, I guess. It just is that fear, you know, like, you're just told one day when you get a job you have to do taxes and fill out your W-4 and your W-2 and all these W shits and weird pieces of information, and it partially feels like you're going to jail and filling out your paperwork to go to jail, and then all of a sudden all your money's gone, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know if you took the right amount or if you took too much, like, and 90% of the time for me, they always take too much and I get a return, and I'm just like, what did I do wrong? Like, what? I'm gonna get in trouble. I just always feel like I'm gonna get in trouble because there's never been anyone that's just like, here's how you do it, like a human being, and yes, you've done it right. Yeah, I can fill out paperwork, but like, did I do it right? Half those boxes I've never even had information to put into, ever. Why are they still there? Like, am I doing it wrong? What up, Berserker? How are you, love? It's just nerve-wracking. I think I just need that, like, singular one human being like, yeah, you did it. And then I'd be good going off on my own. But it's just I always feel like I'm guessing. And, you know, I'm speaking speaking from a general sense, not speaking from being a weird contracted creator sense. That I brought on myself. But just like normal taxes with a normal job still made me nervous. Intuit lobbies the US government to not teach that shit. No shit. I knew it. The IRS to not tell you what you owe so you can sell more stuff. I believe that. That's the reason companies like TurboTax lobby to not change tax law. The harder they are, the more money tax preparing companies make. That's so fucked up. Yeah, and Intuit is like TurboTax, right? Or tax TurboTax, something like that. Yeah. Dude, Droll, right? It's so interesting explaining that to people in other countries that we have to do our own taxes. No one's ever taught us how to do them. No one will ever tell us if we did them right. But one day, we might be told we did them wrong and sent to jail. That's it. Taxes in America. It's crazy. It's so bad. I still to this. It's just like the most nerve-wracking experience. I mean, my taxes are simple for the most part, but still nerve-wracking shit. I got my last unearned income tax break this year. I was oh, boo. Last ever? Well, exactly, Kel. Yeah. 1099s scare the fuck out of me. I can handle normal taxes. Yeah, 1099s are weird. They're just, I pay someone to do that for me, just because I'm not risking that. Generalized forms are always a shit show because they have to cover so many bases at once, too. Exactly. So there's so many fucking boxes, and I feel like I fill out 5. I don't know the actual number, but you know what I mean? That's what it feels like out of 100. And that's what truly makes me feel like I did them wrong. And I swear, I can't be the only one. I go over my taxes like 20 times. Like, there's too many empty boxes. There's no way no, you did it right. This is right. Yep, that doesn't apply to you. That one doesn't apply to you. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It makes me feel like an unfinished test or something. Like I'm it's so weird. I don't know. I think it's just the anxiety of it because I've seen people get audited and it's never people who are wealthy. It's usually people who aren't doing well and they get audited for fuck. And they don't like, how do we know? I don't know. We did our best. Intuit shit a brick. No shit. Brick. The IRS recently mentioned they're announcing free tax filing and letting people know about it. Dude, does that mean really interesting? That'll be fascinating to see. A big part of why taxes are complicated is the super rich. They can avoid paying taxes. That's what while we're saying, like, they can probably, super rich people probably lobby Intuit and TurboTax and shit because they probably own stock in that stuff, let's be honest. And they lobby it because as long as we're in the dark about taxes, we don't know why they don't pay any and we pay all of it. You know? It's the whole, if you check this, you need to add this form. Yes. Yep. And you're like, what's that form? What's that, though? They cut funding to the IRS so they can't afford to go after rich people. Seriously. I believe it. I mean, it's so gross. It's so on brand, though, for America, in just historically speaking. You've always been able to file free, but now the IRS is like, yeah, y'all know you can do this without paying someone, right? That's what I'm like. Can people file? Is it as easy as it is with programs that kind of walk you through the process and assist you with that stuff? Or like filing for free, meaning, just knowing how to do it? I probably worded that like an idiot, but you know what I mean. No shit, not enough staff to cut through the accountant's tape. The rich set up to block the view of their scams and, yeah, deductions. Y'all, my husband is doing dishes so I can sit here playing video games. Oh my god, what a sweet hoe. You better pinch him in the right places, you know what I mean? I think they're trying to make it that simple. I hope so. Because, like, I don't consider myself a simple person, but when it comes to taxes and stuff, very simple. I'm not an accountant. I don't understand that stuff. Like, I've never been rich. Money stuff. Oh, you're right, Glut. Thank you. Money stuff is baffling, and I get very nervous about that because I'm not someone that, like, if I got audited or something, I'm not rolling. I'm not liquid, if you will. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. So doing it right and paying almost more than I need to is kind of paramount to my survival. I don't know what the fuck I would do. And so I think that's why I get so nervous about it. Because, like, my parents, for instance, I remember that, and again, this probably was, like, quite a, what's the word? Like what's the word I'm looking for? A formative event as a child. I mean, it wasn't like a bit, like it didn't fuck my family and ruin us forever. But my parents, we grew up on a lake. And when my parents bought the property, it was just lake property in eastern Washington that wasn't like, it wasn't zoned as anything unique. So it just sold like any old piece of property. It was the middle of fuck nowhere. You guys know I've bitched about it. It was on an Indian reservation. It was beautiful, but middle of fucking nowhere. 30-minute radius from literally anything. And I'm saying that 30-minute radius was a tackle shop. Like there was nothing. And gorgeous though. And one year, the government or the local government or whatever decided to rezone my parents' property while we had a house there and lived there to vacation property. So my parents did their taxes with their accountant, or not with an accountant. I don't even know if they had one at this point. They have one now because this scared the shit out of them. But they did their taxes just like they had for years before, and they ended up getting slammed for a shit ton of money because they didn't know it got rezoned as vacation property, which means their taxes just blew up on this property, which is eventually why they ended up selling it and just getting the fuck out because it was not worth it. Not worth living there for what it was. Unless you're making 6 to 7 figures from non-traditional forms of income, you honestly don't need a tax preparer. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. That's the life of an internet person, I feel like. This year I used free Tax USA instead and I got back $5K. Was it similar? Did it kind of walk you through the process? Cuz that's honestly good to know for people cuz those other I remember when I worked at like Lowe's and when I worked at the hospital and stuff, I would use like not TurboTax. There was another one I feel like was similar to TurboTax. I can't remember the name of. But I would use that program and it would actually walk me through step by step and like, if it did that, like if you check this box, you need these additional forms, it would just have them. It made me less nervous. It's probably a false sense of security, to be honest. Hey, dude, if it's fucking free, though, because I was going to say, I remember using those programs, and halfway through doing your taxes, they'd be like, this would be a lot easier if you gave us $79.99 for this premium version that sucks your dick or whatever. And it always made me, I never did it, but I was always like, almost, just for the security of it. I don't know what that would have given me, but using the free version, I was like, they could be fucking me. Like, they could be just fucking me over. But that's got to be like federally horrifically illegal to fuck people over. But it is America. I don't know. Like, who do you trust? It's like it's for AGI 79K and lower. Still a great option for most folks. On the stove. Yep. It's room temp. It's not too cold. I made them pumpkin stuff. They had a version that's you didn't know about the. That's why my penis is now spiritual and no longer a physical entity in this plane. Too many years of doing my taxes with that specific service. It was just sucked the fuck off. None of that makes sense, and I do want to apologize. I get like 29 back from Alabama this year. Dude. I don't give a fuck about filing electronically for state. Where I grew up, we didn't have, I think Washington doesn't have state tax. Man, my sister was just talking about it when she was here, and I've forgotten already. I think it's state tax they don't have, but they have income tax. And then, Oregon doesn't have sales tax, but they have income tax. Man, I don't... I've never gotten anything. I don't think I've ever gotten anything back from state tax. Why would you? What does that mean? Does that mean you just didn't pay it? I mean, it's just like, if they deem you've paid enough or too much... Whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, you paid in too much. Yeah, sorry. My verbiage got mixed up. Of grocery taxes. Interesting. I think Washington State has something like that. Where it's like produce, fresh food. I think has either a lower tax or no tax or something like that. And that's actually paid for by weed money, if I'm not incorrect. Like taxes that came from weed money they put towards that. So that people could afford fresh vegetables and food more. Because when it's subsidized, it tends to be taxed the fuck out of it. Grocery tax is evil. PA still has no clothes tax, no food tax, thankfully. Thank fuck. Do you feel like it's made up in any way particularly? When I was married, the most I got back was 9.5K from federal and 400 from state. That's actually pretty good. I'd be stoked. It's all groceries excluding tobacco and liquor. Yeah, and that's similar to what Washington did, because Washington actually implemented, a special tax that no shit I believe to this day is called sin tax, and it's allegedly for sinful things, but it's on liquor, tobacco, Candy? I think weed. Yeah, vice taxes. I am too. Like, I don't need candy. I don't need weed. But gambling, stuff like that, like, absolutely. If you're gonna put extra taxes that you need for, like, schools and stuff like that, put it on the shit we don't need. Put it on enrichment. Don't put it on fruits and vegetables, you know what I'm saying? And shit that people need to survive. None of that's okay. I saw Rod was live and I wanted to rate him and I couldn't find his goddamn channel. Rodney? This new rating system's so weird. I mean, it's fine. It works. It's pretty, I guess. But it's, like, you know, before, because I've rated Rod a few times, just like typing in part of his name, it would come up. And now I have to type borderline literally his entire username just to get his channel to come up in this new raid thing. It's fine. It works. It's just not as slick as it used to be. It's fine. Rodzilla, he's wrapping up MGS. Fuck yes. Perfect timing. Tonight, we're starting a new anime if you guys want to come and hang out. We're starting Demon Slayer in the Discord, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Tomorrow's Sunday. Hail the dankest of lords. All the things. Clean your bong. Clean your fucking water bottle, you nasty. Your water in your mouth, just a bacteria heaven. Clean that shit. Do it for me. Please. Thank you. Take your joy and take care of yourselves. And be nice to my buddy Rod. He's one of the coolest people I know. There was one other thing I was going to say and I forgot. Oh, nope. I don't remember. Oh, I'm going to hopefully we can start playing games again soon. I know we have a few games that we were, like, in the middle of. I seriously, like, my hand feels a ton better, but it does absolutely feel worse when I try to hold my controller and squeeze, especially the trigger fingers, which are usually the fingers for literally everything. So instead of making it worse, I'm just laying off it and we're watching cute videos. So be good to Rod, and I love you guys, and I'll see you at 7.